All right. Let's go ahead and go live. Do some readings for Aries. We're just going to do a nice general check-in. Celtic Cross, see what Spirit's got for you. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see. Let's look at your, well, let's go ahead and do Aries that are in a relationship or are wondering about a connection with a partner in some fashion here. So this is for Aries in a long-term relationship or a situationship. What message do you have for Aries, Spirit guides? What do we have for Aries that are in a relationship? We're going to do a Celtic Cross. Ready? All right, let's take a look and see what we've got. There's something changing here. There was some new inspiration in the past. What's coming in is definitely some communication or messages, change, movement. If you see this as being stuck or kind of like hanging around waiting for this change to happen, feeling really alone or pulled away from this, secluded, let's challenge here. The challenge is feeling attractive, feeling like a connection between some sort of passion or your heart space here. There's like been a change in this circumstance, or karma's changing. And it's trying to make this change, but it's like your own authenticity here, your own heart, your own passion, excitement towards making this change. You don't see it that way. Like you're not really confident about yourself during this change. There was some inspired action here in the past. This is like a new idea, a new path, a new journey, something new and exciting. Something caught your attention or your passion towards a person or a situation, a project, something that excited you. But it's almost like the cycles are trying to change. Karma's trying to turn the wheel here. It's trying to, even though you don't see it, you see it as stuck. Like your perspective is not that things are changing. It's like that things aren't changing, that you're alone, that you're really needing to look at yourself and realize your own power, your own uniqueness, what makes you you, what your attraction is, what people will be attracted to about you is kind of stopping things from changing. But we see some sort of communication or some movement here in the near future. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your actions or approach to this situation. You are trying to move on. You are trying to release some burdens or struggles. There's a lot of lessons that you went through. It's like carrying a bunch of baggage, trying to close out a cycle that taught you a lot of lessons, and you're trying to move on from that. What surrounds you and is external from you regarding the situation? We have the Four of Cups. This is the energy of being disinterested or dissatisfied with something, or missing an opportunity, not seeing the beauty or the greatness that's right there, being really focused on not having enough or dissatisfaction. So somebody around you is dissatisfied or disinterested, or they see you that way. We'll clarify. What are your hopes and fears here about this situation? Working on something, mastering something, leveling up. So you could be like really focused on your work or trying to make something work here, really focused on a passion project instead of a person. And you're in a relationship, so maybe you're so focused on work or what you're doing that somebody around you feels dissatisfied. The outcome is Ace of Swords, clarity, communication, truth that brings you in a new direction. So maybe a conversation will be had, or an idea, an aha moment's going to happen here that's going to bring in some sort of clarity. So to me, it looks like passion or excitement about something in your recent past has caused something to change in your life. Some sort of cycle, some destined direction of your life is trying to make moves here, but you're kind of blocking it here with your own securities or insecurities here, or you're just so passionate about something that you're trying to make things happen for yourself. But there's a card here of isolation. Now, if this isn't you feeling isolated and you're in a relationship with somebody, they may feel very isolated or alone, or that you're disinterested in them because you're so focused on making all these great changes for yourself. And so, like, your perspective and their perspective are not lining up. But it looks like there's going to be some movement here, probably towards what you've been working on passionately, or being passionate with this person. You're trying to close out the things that are burdensome. They are having this disinterest. You're trying to work on either your relationship or some sort of passion project, and there's a new aha clarity moment. Oops. Let's go ahead and clarify the Page of Wands in the recent past. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Weighing your options, like tending to the things that you're trying to make blossom and grow. Really trying to see if something is worth working on, investing yourself in when it comes to new inspiration. Tell me about the Queen of Wands as the challenge. The challenge is the Hanged Man. It's the way you're seeing it. So your own challenge is your focus. Your focus, your perspective of yourself and what you're doing and your own passions is what's holding back this change. I'll go ahead and set that over here so we can clarify this change. What is the Wheel? Whoop, that was quick. The Nine of Wands. Feeling guarded, protected, like a boundary, like attacked. So it's blocking you. It's stopping you from persisting forward here, right? Stopping this change. If you're trying to block this, doing this, like not thinking so highly of yourself, or not believing in your own power to make something happen or change the right way, it will block it. And you're going to have to fight harder to make change. The Hanged Man is clarified by the Death. You're really focused on leaving something behind, closing something out, transitioning or changing yourself or a situation. Tell me about the Hermit for the Root here. This is the reason why everything is happening. It's clarified by the Hermit again. So that's saying I meant what I said. So somebody's alone, or both people feel very alone, or need to look at themselves deep, like internally, right? There's some things that need to be worked out. Tell me about this Eight of Wands and the incoming energy. This is like your near future incoming. It's a card of communication, change, or movement. It's clarified by the Four of Wands, card of commitment, marriage, family, home, happiness, and celebration. So there's some sort of news, information, message regarding something with stability and happiness, or commitment and marriage. There's movement towards that, or some message regarding that. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. That's clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. It's a very independent, financially independent energy, standing on their own, being a boss, being very caring, or able to share finances with others, like taking care of others financially, being a very like motherly homemaker kind of figure. There's a burden or responsibility here, and you want to kind of let go of that responsibility, or you want to let go of the burdens and be really self-sufficient, or be the boss, or be able to contribute, or make your own money and be independent. That's what actions you need to take. It's time to let go of the baggage, let go of the hardship, take the lessons with you, and by being independent and focused on growth and doing it in a way that's heartfelt will help you to kind of move on. Tell me about this person, external energy here with the Four of Cups. This most likely is the other person since it's external. We have the Knight of Swords. This is a card of rapid communication or action or quick change of thoughts. Somebody needs to quickly see something in a different way. Realize that they're missing an opportunity, or they need to change their thought process of how they're seeing the situation here. Maybe they need to come out of the hangman mode or the hermit mode and look at themselves and the situation differently. This is also just a card of action. And that's clarifying them being dissatisfied. Maybe they need to communicate their dissatisfaction so you guys can work on it and move past it, because you have the Eight of Pentacles here with the, which means working on something, mastering something, or leveling up on a skill, or just really working hard at your job or on whatever the situation is. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. This is your hopes or fears. It's clarified by the Three of Wands. Planning and preparation to make changes, to do something different, to go in a new direction. Waiting for the tide to turn, the ships to come in. Just waiting for the right moment to make a move. So that's what you're working on right now. You're just waiting for the right moment to make the right move here, and then you're willing to work on it. And you're hoping that it'll work out. Tell me about the Ace of Swords for the outcome. Ace of Swords, a card of mental clarity or truth. It's with the Knight of Wands, which follows the Page of Wands from the past year, that inspiration that you were trying to weigh out. This is following your passions. So we have the Page to the Knight to the Queen of Wands here. So the challenge is you got to get clear and focused on what it is that you actually desire, and what actions you're willing to move towards, or what you can fix here passionately. There'll be some clarity or communication regarding what you decide you want to move towards or forward to, what you're passionate about. There'll be a conversation, or there'll be a new thought process, and that's going to be regarding the direction you take about what you're passionate about. Spirit's advice. Ooh. Nine of Cups and 10 of Cups. We'll get one more. Oh, there was a fly that got in here. Crazy. That was a big one, too. We have the Five of Cups. Oh, boy. Sometimes there's a lot of sorrow and loss here. When you focus on all of the things that are hurtful, sad, bad, disruptive, then you could be missing the freedom here. There's a lot of independent, emotional fulfillment that's trying to happen here that will eventually bring in group happiness or family happiness, long-term longevity. But it's like you got to work on the independent happiness, because if you're so focused on it looks like the whole group's happiness, that it gets in the way of your own happiness, and you can't make everybody else happy if you're not happy. If you're focusing on all their negativity, all their disruptions, from the Four of Cups to the Five of Cups, is they're disinterested or missing the opportunity, and it's creating the sadness and loneliness over here. But like, that could be exactly what's stopping you from having that emotional freedom. Yeah, we have the Ten of Swords, ending a cycle of painful thoughts and struggle, conflict, right? You're trying to end that cycle. Nine of Cups is with the Eight of Pentacles again. Yeah, it's what you're working on. You're planning and preparing to work on something, which is going to bring you a lot of emotional happiness and freedom. And the Five of Cups is clarified by the Emperor, Aries card. You know, you have to take control over how you're going to feel here. Whether you're going to let this fear of loss from somebody else is what it looks like they're afraid of losing, or if you're afraid of losing them. No, you need to take that power back, because if you really are following what you're passionate about, or who you're passionate about, what you're passionate about doing here, making these changes, which it looks like you are, you're willing to work on them. It's just taking some time, and their worry, their energy is slowing you down, because you're so worried about their energy and how they feel. And both of you, you know, I think that you're trying to maybe change their perspective or end the way that they think, or get them to transition. But like, you went in and done the internal work, but I think that they need to do the same thing, because you're really, really trying to move forward in a new direction that's going to bring in, you know, the end of the struggles. Like, you've put in the work and got the lessons. Now you're trying to end that. You have to take control of the situation, and basically, like, once you do what you set out to do, this person's going to see you for who you are, the boss that you are, the champion that you are, the leader, the go-getter, the doer of the impossible, right? They'll end up seeing it differently, and they'll feel different. They'll get excited about it. They'll get on board. but they just don't see things the way that you do. Their perspective is not the same about what you're doing. Maybe you're willing to take more risks. Maybe it's a sign that's not a big risk taker. Maybe they're feeling left out or pushed aside because you're so focused on something that's not them or not what they would do with their life. It's just different, and they just have a hard time seeing what you're trying to do or the changes that you're trying to make to better both of your lives. And it looks like you will, but you know, you have to change your own perspective on their perspective, right? Don't let their perspective of whether they think you can accomplish this, whatever you're passionate about here, even if it's with them, accomplish fixing your relationship, whatever this is, there is change coming in that brings in a happiness, celebration, commitment to something. But it's going to take taking action and new clarity of thought from both of you. The perspectives need to change in order to make movement. But you show up twice in your own reading, once as the challenge and once as the advice here. So the advice is to overcome that challenge by literally being yourself and keep fighting for what it is that you're trying to fight for. You cannot make other people happy. You have to have emotional happiness independent of somebody else's. And that's what you need to work on. Eight of Pentacles, working on. You're just waiting for that right opportunity. You're waiting for something to come through. You're waiting for news. You're waiting for a message and a call back to a job. Waiting to finish a class or to get your business off the ground and running, or whatever change of something that you've been working on. That's something you really want to do that your partner just may not see the same way or doesn't agree with, or you see the relationship building and growing in a certain direction that they don't, and they're dissatisfied by it, and they're either not communicating it or they just don't take any actions that align with yours. They don't see the actions that you're making. They don't see that you're making movements forward. Here's what it looks like, and you actually are. There is incoming communications or messages, something, whatever you're waiting for here or whatever you're trying to do does bring in some sort of happy news, and it looks really good actually. But it's really focusing on your own independent happiness right now and staying strong to work on the things that you're trying to accomplish, Aries. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this helps somebody, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.